Welcome to Man Matters Podcast, where combat sports, mindset, and real-life lessons collide. Hosted by Dervin and Nate, we dive into Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, MMA, and the grind that shapes athletes inside and outside the mat. Every episode we bring stories, strategies, and raw conversations that fuel growth, resilience, and community. Stay tuned because it's more than a fight, it's a lifestyle. Welcome back to Man Matters, the podcast where we break down everything happening on the mats, inside the cage, and everywhere in between. I'm your host, Dervin, and alongside my co-host, Nate. And tonight we've got a special episode in the studio. Joining us is my teammate, freshly off his amateur MMA debut and fresh off leaving his opponent in absolute shambles. Mason, will you say your nickname is Speedyboi? Turner?
Yes. It used to be back when I used to race bicycles.
Okay.
So that's where that comes from. I just haven't changed it.
Welcome to the show, man. Just making sure my ex didn't give you that name. As long as my ex didn't give you the name, you're good. Before we jump into the absolute chaos of your fight, let's get into the shameless plug right at the top. Can you fire off your social handles and your dream affiliations?
So I train at Davidson County Jiu-Jitsu. My Instagram is speedyboi.mason. Boy is spelled B-O-I. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, let's set the stage here. You have competed in plenty of jiu-jitsu tournaments. You know what it feels like to sit around the human high school gymnasium for 6 hours just to compete for 4 minutes against a guy wearing a tie-dye rash guard. But stepping into the cage for MMA, the fight is a completely different beast. Walk us through that walkout. How did the nerves and the pre-fight energy compare to stepping onto the BJJ tournament mat? What's the difference?
It was totally different. So this is actually my second fight. My first fight was at the beginning of the summer. And those nerves were the worst I've ever had. Like I was walking out, just butterflies the whole walkout. Once I got in the cage, got a little bit better. Whenever he touched gloves and refs let go, got a little bit better. They just charged me. I didn't know what to do. First fight didn't go good. Second fight went better for me. Nerves were not near as bad.
You said you did like a 90-day camp for potential 9 minutes fight time. I really puts pressure on you. That's what you said. But like once the cage door closed, the referee said fight. How quickly did those nerves turn into execution?
Pretty quickly. This fight going into it, I felt like a whole lot more confident and comfortable in the cage because beforehand I'm in school. So I was just training with Nick on Fridays and training some jiu-jitsu at school at the club. So this fight camp, I was coming in, working every day, morning class, afternoon class, trying to put in all the work I can so I could feel confident when I get in there.
Okay.
But how big of a difference do you feel like that made in your confidence levels? Just being able to train. I feel like it's got to be a big one. Big difference.
Massive difference. Massive difference.
Hey, can you walk us through that opening sequence? Because you say things got wild fast. And you started with striking exchange. You hit a double leg. It works on ground and pound and from the inside his guard.
Yes. So I walk in there and I was like, okay, I think I got him. I got some reach on him. I just felt really good. He started striking a little bit. I think I landed a pretty good body shot on him. Started to set up a takedown. Didn't work out for me. I bailed, went back to striking. Set up a decent double leg, took him down there. I was trying to pass his guard, ended up stuck in his closed guard, but I stuck my hand behind his back and grabbed his wrist on the far side, so it was pulled behind his back, and then just put my head to his chest so he couldn't hit me and just ate his ribs up. And then I was trying to get around so I could pass his guard, and that's when he pulled his legs back, put both feet on my face, and just pushed me off of him. And jumped back up, started striking a little bit more, which I was beating him on the feet, but striking is not my strong suit whatsoever. So I was like, we need to get this thing back to the ground. Took a terrible shot. I was trying to rush it. So I shot, both knees hit the mat. He sprawled. And I was like, oh, here we go again. Because that's similar to what happened in my first fight. And I was like, okay, need to start getting ready to sit out, do something here. And as soon as I got there, started thinking, he just hopped up, just stood right back up. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. And that's when we got back into striking. I tried to set up a body knee there. And I actually got him in the head. And I tried to pull back on it last minute, but it did daze him a little bit. And when he fell down, he just fell down, realized what happened, and just shot a double on me and took me down from there. And that's when I got a triangle and turned him over and got him out of triangle.
Okay. How do you feel when you connect the head? Because you're like, oh man. Sometimes like
Yeah, I
you
was
literally
like,
ready, like,
no.
did you fuck it up?
Yeah, it's like, oh. Yeah, I tried to pull back on it when I realized it was not going to the body. I was like, oh no, but still connected a little bit.
Okay. Can you walk us through the finishing sequence for the technical beginners listening? How do you snap that at the climb guard roll into the mounted triangle and close deal with the ground and pound?
Yeah, whenever he shot on me, I was too late to sprawl. Got close guard, got an overhook on the arm, started to work to like a somewhat plant guard position, pushed the other arm out, threw up a triangle, and then underhooked the side leg over there so he couldn't slam me and tried to cut my angle over. And that's when he tried to like posture out of, but he ended up just rolling himself. It was kind of hard to finish and squeeze the triangle with headgear and shin guards on. So I was like, well, ground and pound it is, and just focused on trying to hit the little window in his headgear and just got his arms out of the way. And then at the ref, when he called time, he said time. And I was like, dang, I need to hear the bell go off. I go to my corner and I'm like, where's my stool? And they're like, no, that's it. And I was like, oh.
That's weird that he called time.
Yeah, he said time. And I was like, okay. Didn't even hear the bell.
He's ringing the bell out of that guy. That's what I thought I heard. And what's crazy, the original game plan wasn't even to hunt for the first round finish, but you wanted to tire him out. What made you decide to abandon the plan mid-fight and just hunt for the finish early?
So I was prepared for my opponent or for an opponent that had similar to like last time where they come out, just bum rush you and just swing as hard as they can. With like that mindset, I was going to like try to tire him out, let him work himself out a little bit, put some pressure on him if I can. And then second round, just take it easier. And then third round, just dump my gas tank and try to finish it if I have one already. But this one, I was like, okay, I think I have him on the feet, and that's my weakness. So I was like, if I have him on the feet, I'm pretty sure I can have him on the ground. So I might as well just go for it.
What made you build that confidence for the match to get there?
Mainly just training a ton. Just made me feel like I was ready.
What's different in training before on the first match and this one as far as time?
So the first fight that I had, I was just able to train at our gym on Fridays. I was training some at school during the week, but had so much stuff going on during the week at school and everything. Didn't have too much time to train. So I was training for 2 or 3 hours on Friday. My conditioning was not it. And I was just figuring out wrestling, where I'm coming from like a guard pulling background, where it does not fly in MMA. So for this fight camp, we worked even more wrestling, just a ton of wrestling and top pressure. And it's like probably 2 hours a day I was training at least, except the weekends. I'm trying to put in the work.
Yeah, that's a big difference there.
Yeah.
Was the wrestling a focus recently? Was that like the focus? How did you prioritize?
Well, my striking is not good. My timing's rough. Striking's not the best. I know my jiu-jitsu's decent. I know it's a whole lot better than my striking is. So I was like, I need an easy way to get from point A to point B. And so you got to wrestle.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It really feels like that wrestling dominates in MMA.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, striking like grappling is the big jump because grappling and wrestling kind of like close together, but distance-wise for striking, it feels like you're in a different world altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Between competition.
Absolutely. It makes everything totally different when you got punches flying at your fist.
Yeah. What was Mike Tyson say? Everybody has a plan until they get hit in the face.
Yeah.
That's where the striking comes from because, dude, it's not because you have grappling, you have a whole body, you have different things that will give you like, oh, he's on this side, you build to defend on this side, move, shrimp, or frame a certain way. In boxing or striking, you have those attacks are coming from different angles and you don't see them sometimes. It's just really too close and you just like, oh. And if you blink, it's even worse because you don't see it because your eyes are closed.
Yeah.
And get it through those nerves of closing your eyes. That's a bad habit. When they let you hit,
yes, blink and trying to, flinch.
Yeah. That's when we were little. You always play that game, flinch. See who makes somebody.
How long have you wanted to do MMA? Has that been like you started jiu-jitsu for that, or you just got into jiu-jitsu and decided, hey, I want to try this?
So I didn't really have a plan to begin with. So when I started training, it was just a whatever. So I went to school with the gym owner's son, and he was kicking my butt out in the grass one day, but we were buddies. So now I was like, whoa, where did you learn how to do that? I think he put me in a triangle and then just guillotine, all kinds of stuff. I was like, where'd you learn how to do that? He's like, my dad owns an MMA gym. I was like, oh, okay. So I turned 16, got my driver's license, got a job, and started training. Then I was like, I don't know if I want to fight. I don't know if I just want to do tournaments. And so I just kind of ran with it from there.
And you say you've been doing, like, to go back to jiu-jitsu part. So you've been doing jiu-jitsu for 4 years. And you're like the modern blue belt. That the first 3.5 years you were dedicated to leg lock degenerate. As far as you game plan, how was it mentally to put away the heel hooks 8 months ago when you got into the itch for the MMA and start building your real wrestling and top pressure game?
It was totally different. It was a shock. It's like, wow, I don't know any of this stuff. And it kind of made me feel like I was a little bit behind actually on a lot of it. And now that I'm going back to leg locks, it's like leg locks are getting rusty, but my top game feels so much better.
It's good. I mean, really, that's going to drive your game to be so much better,
Yes.
you know?
So much more well-rounded.
Exactly. Focusing on those weaknesses, it really sucks for a while. Because, I mean, you're just going to get stomped on for a little bit. But once you start getting that worked up, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
And that's a perfect place to do it in gym when you practice.
Yeah. That's another reason why I wanted to take this fight or take these last couple fights is because Nick told me, he's like, if you win or lose, you're going to learn top game and learn how to wrestle. And I was like, that's true. Might as well.
Yeah. And it also helps with the initial tie-ups. That's something that in some like jiu-jitsu gyms, they don't focus so much. Hand fighting to getting close in the distance.
Yeah.
Like somebody, most of the team, main thing, collar tie. Everybody goes for a collar tie, but don't have to defend those collar ties, get the underhook, get double unders, get 2-on-1, get all the tie-ups from there. Underhook, single underhook. In do MMA, do you think that you felt that helped you close the distance and feel more confident in the grappling aspect?
Yes, for sure. We've been working like a ton of like if you're tied up over unders or like clinch area. I feel like that directly translates over to grappling, except it's like lowering your base pretty much.
You got a solid crew behind you. Shout out to your teammates and coaches who push you in the prep room, especially Nick on the wrestling side, Devin on the grappling side, and Mushu on the striking. How crucial was having that specific team pushing you past the limits every day?
I felt like it was holding me accountable to show up every day and make sure I'm putting in 100% effort. At the beginning, Nick told me, he was like, you're going to get out whatever you put into this. If you want to put in 100%, you'll get out 100% of it. If you want to show up and halfway do it every day, you're going to get half of it out. And it just felt like having everybody behind me kept me pushing forward, like Nick with the wrestling, Mushu for striking, and Devin always sharpening my jiu-jitsu.
What was getting there the biggest challenge before getting to the gym?
It wasn't like with school it was. Yes, with school, it was a massive challenge because I'm only in town Friday through Sunday, and then I'm going back to college and studying.
Honestly, do personal workouts in your dorm.
Yeah, we have like a little MMA club. It's pretty fun, but they don't like too much spar, and then the college gets mad at you. And yeah,
Do they do a lot of grappling there, or say sparring?
Yeah.
I assume that's striking, but
a little bit of both. So we have like one day a week of grappling and one day a week of striking, and then on Fridays it's like an open mat.
That's cool. That's cool that there's at least that. I mean, yeah, it's not like going to probably a class or anything, but that's nice to have something there.
But yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty fun little club.
Is it like a local coach from a gym that goes there that holds the classes, or just somebody from their school?
Just students at the school.
Okay.
So I think Owen, our grappling coach, he's a purple belt, and he trains at Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu. And then we have some guys that do Muay Thai. I can't remember where they train at, but they're pretty good. They got a couple fights under their belt.
Okay. Because I know some schools, they do have like a coach from a gym that do those like MMA or jiu-jitsu classes. Because I know Duke and UNC, they have a club in which they compete as well. You see them like in Toro Cup or other like Naga or New Breed, you see them those athletes competing. But I'm not sure how either pay full price compared to the gym because you're a freaking college student. I don't know if what the club includes as far as a full affiliate price or just half a price as you're a student. I don't know the ins and outs of that. But some of them, I remember Gary Tonin, he used to coach, I want to say Rogers. They used to have a MMA or a jiu-jitsu team in there. That's another school in Long Island that he used to coach there. But I'm not sure some of like other ones they do that or just some of them.
For our school, yeah, it's just like volunteer, just whoever wants to show up, do whatever. I know High Point University, they have like a really good relationship with Battleborn in High Point.
Mm-hmm.
So they get, I think it's like, they get like a grant from the school to put towards tournaments and memberships. So the students only have to pay like $50 a month or something like around there, I think it is.
Wow. Because they also have a high school, no, High Point has a wrestling club too with Battleborn. They were asking one of the guys, like, "Hey man, do you want to go to college?" So that's a purple belt. You can get wrestle for. Like, I'm out of eligibility in NCAA, so I cannot wrestle anymore. I used all my years while I was in college. But in BJJ, they tell you to relax, be fluid, and accept the bottom position if needed. But in MMA, like you touched up earlier, being on your back means you're taking damage. How long did it take your brain to rewire pulling guard to obsessing over the top control?
It took longer than it should have. So my first fight, I ended up getting stuck in bottom close guard, and I'm pretty used to being there in jiu-jitsu. MMA, totally different. I was trying to set up triangles. He's just throwing my legs right past him, pounding my face, and I was not focused on like getting overhooks or anything, trying to control his posture. I was trying to like sweep or throw stuff up that I'm used to doing with jiu-jitsu, and it's not realistic in MMA. So I didn't realize that till about halfway through the first round of my first fight, which is too late. But I was like, this is not jiu-jitsu. This stuff is not going to fly.
Yeah, because it could drain punches from inside your guard, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the standing up is even worse.
It's like when they stand up and you're in close guard, trying to hold them down. Yeah.
And you see a lot of MMA fights there. That's what they do. Like, you know how usually we get thought of getting our guard by getting our hips away or standing up.
Mm-hmm.
You can like sweep their leg, but no, if you're trying to do that, it's hard for you to try to sweep a leg while you're getting punched in the face.
Punch in the face.
Yeah, try to protect yourself. And Z-guard, especially Z-guard, is not as conventional or useful in MMA as it is in Jiu-Jitsu. Unless you're good.
Yeah, it's just you can get your face pounded in.
Yeah.
So for these fights, leg locks were not legal, so I just completely threw them out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways. Which, I mean, initially I was hoping that heel hooks would be allowed, so I could start playing with like backside 50-50 or somewhere to be safer. But I think it worked out for the better that they weren't, so I just improved myself.
Yeah. What's his name? Paul Craig has a nice C-guard. Usually sets it up of grabbing both hands. And the setup of the C-guard, instead of going across his chest, it goes up with one arm. So as the guy pulls the arm back, he sets up the triangle immediately. He pulls one arm. But he's freaking nasty. He is used to doing that. He has a nasty guard. He submitted Anklive, and that's a light heavyweight. And he fights at 185. Paul Craig. Well, he is nasty guard. That's one of the few rare events I've seen C-guard that work really good in MMA. But yeah, that transition from, because in Jiu-Jitsu we get thought of guard pulling is good and stuff like that. But in MMA, it is like a freaking battlefield. Usually the higher, they tell you about getting higher ground in battlefield because you have a better shot at winning, of beating the other guy. That's what it's like. Do you feel like that's the same way in MMA?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, I mean, if you're on bottom, a person on top has gravity on their side, they're holding you down and punching you. So you're just going to gas out and get yourself hurt if you're not careful.
Yeah. And how do you feel when you got they call that the Dagestan handcuffs, when you can grab the wrist behind the back?
So I've been messing around with that in training. Like, I first figured it out. Nick showed me, like, during cage wrestling, if you can push somebody up against the cage, grab it and pin with your shoulder. And then I was like, oh, wow, I can do this on the ground. Oh, I can do it from close guard. So I've just been playing with that during training. And then I got out there and just felt like second nature because my arms are kind of long. Just reach behind them, hook on.
You get Gumby arms going.
Yeah.
Pretty good use. That's what came really useful for your game when it came to the baseball grip, baseball choke, in no gi.
Yes.
Those
Yeah.
your go-to.
Yeah, they used to be my go-to. So I'm starting to figure out at like the intermediate and expert level, baseball bat choke is not working. People are not just gonna go with it, figuring out if they could just stick an arm in there, it shuts it all down. So I'm starting to like kind of get away from that a little bit and try to work more like more reliable submissions.
I've seen somebody do something like that with another. Is it a? I think it's a freaking kimura. Somebody finding out a kimura doing the same silly defense, like sticking an arm in. Somebody has a kimura, just throw your arm in and just break out the grip. But I can't remember how they defended that. It looks so freaking silly when you do it that way. Like, oh, it's very simple. Because usually, if you're on your back, somebody try to get a kimura grip, I should throw one knee in, like the same side knee, and try to break the grip off the wrist. Because like usually, if they try to get mount like kimura, no problem because that's the bad position. They have to be perpendicular to try to finish it. So you just use your far leg, like instead of framing on the hip, just break the grip on the wrist. It was yesterday. I freaking someone freaking Mike almost got a good freaking kimura on me. I was able to because I was on top. He was on bottom, and he got a kimura grip, and he literally pulled it out. I was like, oh shit, here we go. So I usually just dropped to my shoulder and threw the leg right on my arm and try break it. I was able to break the grip that way, but throw my instead of keeping my knees on the ground, just throwing it there and be able to get out. It's like, oh, that was too close. But freaking Nate has his shoulders are freaking. You keep putting a kimura, he can scratch the back of his head, and it's just no more.
It doesn't bother you?
No, that's been a thing for a while. Thankfully, yeah, my shoulders, as long as I can just relax them, they can bend around pretty good. But yeah. Do you see any more MMA fights in your future?
Maybe so. I got a couple of things I want to get done first. I want to win a Naga belt. I've placed like I think second in expert and third in expert, and it's just one of those things I want to get out of the way before I keep going.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think I want to win a fight to win match too. I've had no luck with that yet. I think I've competed 2 or 3 times on there, lost everyone.
That's a big stage, but actually, yeah. What are your thoughts on after experiencing the pressure of this MMA fight? I feel like that would help, break you in for jiu-jitsu. I feel like it's not going to feel like
it's not going to feel like too much after that.
That's pretty cool. No, the fight to win is such a great promotion, such a fun stage to perform on.
Yeah, super fun.
Do you feel those matches are a little short too?
The fight to win matches?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. All of mine went the distance except one of them, and I got on board now, but all the other ones went the distance, and it was just by ref decision.
Mm-hmm. Because we usually go like freaking 5 rounds or 8 rounds in the gym.
Yeah.
So how long? Like I can't remember how long they are the fight away. Because sometimes they get matches and it depends how many matches they have in there, and they either cut the time or increase the time.
Really, I did not know that.
Yeah, because the one that Nate and I we went to, I think they had a match or something like that, and they reduced the time. So certain levels they were, I think brown belt, black belts, they're the only ones that have extra minute, but the other ones were cut down at a time. But I mean, if you go for a submission, you have to worry about time.
Maybe that's right. If you finish it early, don't worry about it.
But so you talk about Naga belt. You're not even doing the intermediate. Just keep it straight to the advanced expert division. What motivated the decision to just keep intermediate and test yourself against higher belts in Naga top division?
So I did do intermediate. I think I've got second in it once and then first in it. So might as well move up.
Okay. Yeah, that's something I kind of had the problem too when I first started going Naga because I never competed as a white belt. I don't want to be braggadocious, but I felt like I wasn't really a white belt when I started white belt because I was already wrestled for like 8 years. And I wrestled in college as well. And I think like signing up for a tournament to win a medal against somebody that just started doing learn what the guards are or learn how to, it's not fair to do it. But once I got my blue belt, I decided to just go straight to advanced. But also, one time I was signing up, it was during like right after COVID, like 2021. So it wasn't that many people in terms. So I was just signing up for extra division because there wasn't that many people in there. But like only signed up for intermediate one time was because Adolfo was in the same, because being in the same division as me, because we were going to be in the same weight class in advanced as well. In which he got DQ, by the way. Fuck Adolfo. Do you remember,
For the
do you remember
pockets?
that? Huh?
Was it for his pockets or why did he get DQ'd?
So he got DQ because I don't know why. He signed up for the absolute intermediate, but signed for expert in his weight class. You cannot sign up for expert intermediate. So he started the absolute intermediate, and right after that, he's like, well, you cannot do both at the same time. So they DQ him from there, from the his division expert. So he was able to go, they give him a voucher. I was like, fuck, I should have just signed up for it. Because I went to get other blue belts and it wasn't fair. Like I didn't get much out of it. Just felt like I was ragdolling some people in their blue belt. So I'm like, so that's usually just sign up for expert division. Gets a little bit of a challenge too. Because you give people, see people other gyms how they train and all that stuff. Although the last event, the last Naga I was in, I saw this guy was doing some silly stuff escape. Somebody gets an underhook, and he was doing a TikTok escape in which he was doing a spin-off of the underhook. I was like, right before, because I could see it from across the gym. It was like he was trying to do that. He was doing some silly spin-off of the underhook. So you know what? I'm not trying to fucking underhook the whole fucking match. Fuck him. See what he's going to do. Because I usually go for a tie-up underhook and get a position. But I mean, underhooks don't work if somebody's taller than you, because the underhook is up here instead of over here, really keeping it tight. Really exposing myself. But I didn't throw a underhook the whole fucking match. It's the elbow controls from there. But it was silly whenever some people are warming up, do some stupid shit. I actually like to see stuff like that. Pay attention to your opponents before you go against them. You were surprised what they give you. Like, for example, the Zach match in Toro Cup. I saw Zach had a bad shoulder. His shoulder was really taped up bad. And he was walking in the hallway, but he wasn't like really warming up. I was like, something's wrong with his shoulder. And then whenever the match came up, he took the tapes off. I was like, oh, let's see what this shoulder got. Because you have to pay attention. You can warm up. I usually just warm up and do silly shit while warming up, just to throw him off. Instead of just doing I usually regular stuff, just jumping jacks, push-ups, stuff like that, squats. And not so much shrimping. And I do start shadow boxing just to throw him off.
Start shadow boxing. Yeah. Bring Tide pads, start hitting pads.
Just throw him off. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? His first time there. We're a freaking gi with no sleeve just to throw him off. And a fake mustache, just Master Ken. Just throw him off and see what he's like. He like, just throw him off and get him off his game. Like, what the fuck? What kind of game plan this guy has? Start breaking fucking boards.
Start breaking boards out there.
It was fuck him up, man. He's like, what the fuck? They really throw him up.
At that point, I don't know if I'd even grapple. I don't know what this guy's gonna do.
Yeah, man. Like, some people that like some of the stuff that they wear, like, dude, like have you seen some people? I don't want to be judgmental, but some people wear like all this. I seen this guy wore lime green. He was wearing lime green rash guard, lime green shorts, lime green spats, and some lime green shoes, like Brazilian, like the Brazil flag. Remember that guy?
I remember who you're talking about. The bald guy that's a little bit bigger.
Dude, he went on the mat. He got ragdoll in 2 minutes.
Dang. At least he looked good while he did it.
Shit. And there's another one in another Naga. This guy was wearing, he looked like Daddy Shark. He was wearing everything gray. He was wearing a gray shirt. He got gray spats, gray shorts, and everything. Dude, him and the other guy, they were just standing up, sumo wrestling each other, and they went to overtime. I was like, oh my God, they're going to overtime.
Oh.
I feel bad for the referee, man, and doing those matches because you seen those matches. Well, you seen in even in Toro Cup. Remember the heavyweight match that went on and on,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody taking each other down. But whenever you have two guys that are not that good, they just pushing each other.
Yep. Yep. Especially when they have enough know-how that they're about to get taken down, so they just jump out of bounds. That's so frustrating.
Yeah,
Really hard to watch.
you should. He should try to do that in ADCC. See how that goes for him.
Yeah, right.
Jump out of bounds.
Right through a table.
They'll do that shit. Jump on somebody that's breastfeeding their kid. They don't give a fuck.
They don't care.
Right.
It's the thing. We're right on top of them. Now, here's the technical dilemma for the last 4 months. You put your leg locks in the box to focus on wrestling and ground and pound. Now you're jumping into Naga Expert, where heel hooks and leg entanglements are fair game from second one. How are you tailoring the training right now to bring those leg locks back online?
So I'm trying to work like more leg locks, but also keeping my game where I'm using a little bit of everything. Because I don't want to go out there and be like, okay, or for my opponents to be like, okay, that's the guy that's going to sit on his butt and try to leg lock me. I want to be the guy that's like, I don't know what he's going to do this time. It's always something different. So I'm going to try to bring leg locks back into it, but keep moving around and focusing on everything.
Okay. Just keep it well rounded, but just so the setups will still be the same, or just do different entries to see whatever the opponent gives you.
A little bit of whatever the opponent gives me. I'm still working like knee shield entries. If I get stuck on bottom, that's always going to be one of my go-to.
Okay. How much confidence does it help you that you're have different positions now that you're more used to now, different attacks?
It makes me feel a whole lot better. I feel a whole less like a one-trick pony. Is where if like leg locks aren't working or if somebody's a better leg locker than I am and I know it, I can go out there and try to avoid playing legs with them, hide my legs, and try to hunt like upper body submissions.
How do you plan to merge both worlds, like using the new MMA top pressure for cage wrestling to set up your submissions and leg lock entries?
So try to put people in like uncomfortable positions to where they want to give me a submission and keep transitioning until they just give me something up. Because if you try to force something, I've learned that it's just not going to work out. You're just giving yourself away.
That is one thing I remember. So I trained at an MMA gym up in Maine for a while. And that's one thing one of my coaches was so good at, just making people uncomfortable. Like if you tried to relax when he was on top, it didn't work. He would do anything to make you uncomfortable. He loved Neon Belly for that. He did it so much that I eventually got comfortable at that, and I would start like settling there. And he would take his knee and put it on my throat, and there was no relaxing at that point.
There's nothing
But
you can
yeah,
go for.
no, that's the thing. I mean, making people uncomfortable makes them give you stuff every time. It really is so effective.
That's something I started working with recently. The knee on the neck. Whenever you have side control, and they have this right here. How many times you have somebody, and they're right here? So I've started using the knee on the neck to try to open them up because they have to frame or do something for it to, and then they give you most of the time they give you the arm, belly down arm bar. Because the knee that is on the neck, you can always use it to pass to the other side and finish your arm bar. Instead of falling back, just go forward, roll it like all the way through. Like when on the freaking tractor, and you go on the tractor, man, just might as well just let it go all the way through. Same way you're gonna set up the arm bar that way. And there's another one. I've seen another arm bar. Instead of just hooking the head, you figure four your leg, but figure four on the like underhook under the arm, and seal it in with the other than the knee. Not so much do a figure four, but just connect a triangle that way. So wherever they move, take away the hitchhike.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I'm not completely sure, to be honest.
So you have a side control, you're right here, right? So you have the knee right here.
Mm-hmm.
So give you the arm. So the elbow comes up, and you hook the other leg goes on there, and literally go on the hook, and the arm, the leg is on the shoulder. Which one you want to secure is the shoulder most of the time. Most of the time, you try to go for the head, then you lose this part right here, hitchhike, stuff like that. But if you're able to pin the shoulder on the mat, with the other leg and just secure it. You don't have to. It's not you have to worry about him sitting up, because even if he's sitting up, you pin the shoulder on the arm on the ground. Don't have to just extend and the arms going get your fulcrum from there. Instead, if you do it the other way, just most of the time when you try to go for the head, so many times they stack you up when you go for it, because you secure the head in the chest most of the time, and most of the time the chest you don't have so much control of him because he can just roll up or roll around to hitchhike. But if you have to be able to pin, I can show you Mason on the man. But usually you pin the shoulder, it takes away the control, and you're isolating the arm at a perpendicular level. But also by putting the knee on the neck, it takes away from them looking towards you too. You have to turn towards you. You have to look, but the knees there, they can.
Yeah,
the shin. Usually your body goes with the way you can look. But that's one of the things I've started working recently with Jonathan with arm attacks, because I hate this part right here.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's for sure annoying.
Side control and mount. Those are the two positions right there. A lot of they go there. In which you try to do that in MMA, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Well, what will happen in MMA if they try to do that defense?
Get pounded, ground and pound.
The Carolina defense, keep pounding. Okay, so we can do some quick fire questions as far as like, what is your go-to A-game position or submission right now?
Right now, been hunting kimuras mainly. Hunting kimuras and playing with crucifix, trying to set up crucifix from like top turtle area, top side control.
Is that because it opens up like for strikes, or just you feel like your body fits that pretty well? Why is that, do you think?
So for MMA, it was to open up strikes, but now I'm pushing it with jiu-jitsu. So it's just leaving everything open. I got an arm bar on the lower arm, attacks in the upper arm. I got the guillotine, the regular one arm rear naked choke. It just leaves them pretty
options. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You get a lot of options from there. Can you give us one of the biggest common sports hot take? Like, what common training myth or piece of advice in MMA or BJJ that you completely disagree with?
I don't know if I have a good answer for that one. I don't
Is
remember what I
jiu-jitsu
put on
gay?
that. Sometimes it is, especially Tuesday nights, but yeah.
The no-gi nights combat. That's one of the biggest myths. What is one of the most overrated technique?
I think the head and arm choke is overrated, personally. That's a hot take. So I don't know. For me at least, I feel like a lot of people in the gym can't really finish it very well, except like Thurman is an exception because he puts the knee on the belly and really just squeezes.
That's called the executioner. That's for a reason. No, it's not. No, that's the impaler.
Yeah.
That's like called the impaler. For the same reason. Because you're impaling your knee into their midsection as you're trying to go head and arm.
That's been one of Mike's favorites for a while. He's made me pass out with that a few times. That one's, yeah. I don't know what it is with his grip, but he can get it so you don't even feel like you're going out until you're going out, and then it's just you're done. I mean, I thought I tapped, I didn't tap apparently.
Maybe you did. He just made you forget about it, like Men in Black.
yeah.
No, you didn't tap. Like, dude, it's a joke. It's not like you're gonna remember. What do you think was the hardest part of the fighting camp?
Probably the hardest part of it was putting the time to the side to actually go show up and go do it. Because I mean, I've been helping Devin out with kids class and I've been working full time now. So I get off work, go to the gym, help out with kids classes. Then I'm training from like 7 to 9 and then talking and BS until about 9:30. And then not getting home till 10 to take a shower. And then got to be at work by 7:30. So it's just trying to stay on it. Yeah, trying to stay on it.
It takes a lot of energy. You're surprised how much energy it takes. Just a coaching kids class, man. It takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Kids are crazy.
They're in good hands, though, right? But what's your favorite meal to eat post fight?
Probably Mexican food.
A
Yeah,
specific
I
play?
think no. I always try to mix it up with Mexican food, but I always get a sweet tea with it. Because before matches and tournaments and fights and stuff, I always try to like avoid sugar and drink water. So I'm either like afterwards, I'm getting a sweet tea or a Mountain Dew guaranteed.
That's your vice? You have to have sweet tea.
Yeah.
What would you do if you have a match, if, for example, in up north? It was in New England, like NEF?
So we went to Pennsylvania for Good Fight Worlds last year during December, and McDonald's had sweet tea up there, and it was great.
Really? Dude, you got lucky, man. Imagine you're over there in in New England, they have no sweet tea after your match. Yet
I don't know. I'd probably get some unsweet tea if they have that and dump some sugar in there.
they give you hot tea over there.
No.
They have
Not an option.
They have a Boston Tea Party all over again.
Yeah, for real.
Fuck shit up. Who do you think wins a match? Okay, this match between you and Jonah Hill. It's a blue belt.
Who is Jonah Hill? Hang on,
It's a blue belt.
He's
Nathan, you explain him who Jonah Hill is.
He's an actor and he's a bigger dude. You'll know him if you see him.
Okay, yeah, I see him.
Yeah. He recently made a statement that kind of made waves. So he's been training jiu-jitsu for a little while now. And he says something along the lines of like, if you don't train, I would mess you up. Like, come at me sometime. I'll mess you up. And of course that made waves. People don't like hearing that. And I mean, I don't even know if he's competed before, so I have no idea like where he actually falls. But yeah, it was an interesting statement.
Yeah, after seeing him in 21 and 22 Jump Street, I don't know if I'd be really scared by him.
Yeah, he was. He said because sometimes people tell him like, "Hey, are you the fat guy from Superbad?" Like, oh, I will annihilate you. That's what he said. Like what? I can think of at least 3 celebrities that can fuck him up, and that do jiu-jitsu. Like for Mario Lopez, fuck him up. It's purple. I think he just got his brown belt. Tom Hardy. Got I think he's got his brown belt too, right? Yeah, I know he's at least purple. Yeah, and Sydney Sweeney, she's a blue belt too. She'll fuck him up. She'll fuck him up.
I didn't know that.
Well, she stopped doing jiu-jitsu. She said she used to do jiu-jitsu when she was in high school.
Okay.
But when she started acting and stuff like that, her manager told her to stop training. I guess cauliflower ears is not good for acting, apparently.
Maybe not so good for modeling. I don't know.
No, but meanwhile, she played a boxer in one of the fights. I mean, in one of the matches.
Yeah.
I mean, movies she did. Boom. Yeah, and I just wanted to see your take. Who do you think win a match between you and Jonah Hill?
Oh, yeah, I think let me see pictures of him again. Oh, I did. I for sure got him. Do you see him with a leopard? He was wearing like a leopard rash guard or something like that in the movie recently.
No.
Yeah.
This is a recent movie that he did.
Dang, that doesn't even look like him. That's crazy.
Yeah. This guy will annihilate you. You call it the fat guy from Superbad. He really has a nice guard with that rash guard.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
How many guys you see in a freaking tournament that wear that kind of rash guard?
See some unique stuff. I mean, you go to
yeah. You see Hello Kitty singlets out there.
Yeah.
True. On a regular basis. So.
Mm-hmm.
The Hello Kitty singlet.
Yeah, Israel Wilkes every time.
And he pull guard.
I think sometimes.
Yeah, if he did. I remember a match in Toro. He wore the singlet so he could pull guard and caught the guy in the triangle under a minute. It's just like kind of like the thing we were talking about earlier. Just surprise him, your opponent. Just do random shit so you can throw him off his game. So the guy, I think he was trying to pretend that he was going for a takedown, and he actually pulled guard and threw the triangle up there and caught him in the triangle because the guy was sprawling. Nice setup.
Also, he flattened himself out.
Yeah. Now, do you have any long terms other than like as competition wise? You say you want Naga belt. You also want a fight to win. And is there there's another like the good fight? Is it coming up as well?
Yeah,
Competition
good
wise?
fight's coming in October to Boone. That's going to be pretty fun. Not any crazy goals from that one. Just going to try to go out there and have fun.
Mhm. What do you see yourself in 2 years competing wise?
I'm not sure. Maybe a purple belt. I don't know. I just want to stick with it and see where I can take it. Just depends on what life throws at me in the meantime.
Yeah. You're not talking like a blue belt. Usually blue belts talk about giving up. Because you compare yourself, like we talk about what do you see yourself in 2 years? Do you see yourself, remember how you were like 2 years ago? And you were, I think you
Yeah,
were
2
training more,
years
right?
ago. You said what?
2 years ago, you were training more, correct?
Yeah, 2 years ago, I was training every day because I was just like, what was 2 years? Yeah, 2 years ago, I was a senior in high school. So I was just training at whatever, training whenever I wanted, working the weekends, working some nights, training a ton. It's the only real responsibility I had was work and training. So
Yeah. How
a
do you
part
see
time job and training.
how do you see your game difference from then to now?
I've for sure gotten better, but I feel like I was progressing a little bit faster then because I just spent so much more time on the mat and had more time to think about it and put towards it.
Yeah.
But I also feel like 2 years ago, I was in like still kind of in that two-stripe white belt phase where you're like trying to figure everything out and you're starting to progress fast before you hit that plateau of like, and you start working new stuff. I've learned all the basics there is to know, I feel like, or a decent amount of the basics.
It feels like you develop faster than the time that like before you hit the plateau. And then,
Mm-hmm.
man, when you hit the plateau, like, man, what do I have to work on next and next? And you feel like it's freaking, you're on the instead of climbing the mountain, it feels like the mountain's coming on you. Different avalanche coming down on you because, like, dude, I thought I know this shit. And then eventually I know that.
Yeah.
It feels that way. But there's a big difference between then and now. And then, like, now see yourself 2 years from now, get into the next level. Is there any specific area that you want to get better at? It's okay. You can tell us. Nobody's listening.
Yeah. I want to focus on my guard passing. That's the last thing I really need to like start to tie my game together. Is where like I got leg locks, I'm starting to get top game down, but I'm struggling in guard passing. So I just like find myself falling back for leg locks because I don't know how to pass the guard. Or I get frustrated trying to pass the guard. And it's like, screw it, I'm gonna go for a leg lock.
Is it full guard or just open guard?
Open
The
guard.
Yeah, that's something you should tell people. Don't get in their guard. Do you want to pass somebody's guard? Just go around it. Just keep circling. They can like circle so fast when they're on their ass.
That's true.
Just keep circling. Don't get too close. And most of the time, they want their open guards to where they have to get close to you, regardless. Make them come to you.
That's true. And really, to be honest, if as long as they're not making good connection on you when you're moving, they're working a lot harder. If you're just sidestepping versus they're scooting around, like it's a big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah, because that position itself is no natural position. You're just standing up. You can walk all fucking day. You're scooting down, scooting, trying to make connection. Man, especially 3-point contact. It is so sounds so easy saying 3-point contact, but it's so freaking difficult to make the 3-point contact. Keep being
Yeah.
sticky. Some people are freaking sticky when it comes to 3-point contact. For
Mm-hmm.
Larry Jones, that's his name, the Australian, the Reap the Rotolo's knees when they're in the CGI one. But man, but it is hard to get there having that sticky guard. And Devin is pretty good at that, like keeping contact.
Yeah, he uses his feet like little hooks to hook behind your legs, then he moves them with your legs so you can't go anywhere.
Yeah, being sticky. Now, like, again, congratulations on your win in the incredible MMA second match. We are proud of having you back at the gym, and I can't wait to bring you home not another, but your first Naga belt next. Can you plug your socials one last time for everyone listening?
Yes, my Instagram is Speedyboi Mason. Boy is spelled BOI and Speedyboi.Mason. That's it.
Are you looking for any sponsors that you want to give a shout out or?
Just shout out to my teammates and coaches for always pushing me and making me better.
Okay. Hey, do you have do you want to close out?
Sure. Yep. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. Give us a listen on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and iTunes. Give us a follow on Instagram and let us know what you like and what you don't like. See you guys next time.
Yes, sir. Thanks for tuning in to the Mad Matters podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and YouTube, so you never miss an episode. Drop us a review, share with your training partners, and keep rolling on and off the mat. Until next time, keep fighting, keep learning, keep growing.